Hello and welcome back to more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Today we're doing the next classic mode in our quest to do all of the newcomers classic modes. We have Simon Belmont from Castlevania. This guy's an interesting character. As you can see by my results down here, I didn't do great last time I played this guy to classic mode. But I'm gonna try and cut the difficulty anyway, because why not? What do I have to lose? Okay, first round is K. Rool and Incineroar. Now it's called Smashvania, his classic mode. So I'm kind of assuming that all of the characters are like rough references to Castlevania villains or bosses or something. But I've honestly not played very much Castlevania. I played Super Castlevania 4 and didn't finish it because it's insanely difficult. And that's it. I've not played any of the other ones really. I'd love to, they look really good. And I liked what I did play of Castlevania 4. Oh, that's a fake one. That's a real one. Oh my god, I hit the fake one. Oh, and it killed him! I'm gonna pretend that was on purpose. So, yeah, it was on purpose. Who's up next? I don't know who they're supposed to represent. I don't know what Ridley's supposed to be either. I mean, he's pretty cool though. It's giant Ridley on top of the house. It's great. I'm happy with this. Yeah, but the Castlevania games, I do like the sort of haunted house monster theme. Just in general, it's a lot of fun. So I'd love to get into some more of those. I also would like to try and finish Super Castlevania 4, but I'd need like, oh, what was that? I'm glad I recorded that. I gotta watch that back. I have no idea what happened, but it worked in my favour. I gotta play the what's it called? The original Castlevania. It's just called Castlevania, wasn't it? Yeah. But I hope they bring that to like the NES online thing. Also, Bayonetta and Dark Pit. They're attacking each other, which is fine by me. Oh, is it just supposed to be like sort of evil or dark characters? You know, it's probably that, because Simon Belmont's all about killing the witches and such, I guess, and Dracula. That's his whole thing, right? Oh, there was also that Netflix series of Castlevania. I think the second season came out like a few weeks ago, or maybe it was a long time ago and I just didn't notice. I've not watched it, is the point. I watched the first season, and I wanted more, and then the second season came out and I forgot it was out. So I'll do that. I'm gonna go do that. Just end the episode early. I'm gonna go watch Castlevania. But yeah, I played a bit of Lords of Shadow, the 3D one on the 360 and whatnot, and I did not like it whatsoever. I know a lot of people had sort of mixed views about that one. It's not bad. It's just like a lot of things use QuickTime events, and I feel like you kind of run out of actual gameplay. It just feels a bit unnatural. Oh, I died to Bayonetta. I always die to Bayonetta. Yeah, it just feels like you're not really controlling everything. Everything's just kind of happening. So I wasn't a huge fan. I might go back to that one. Maybe I was just really bad at it as well. Okay, we got Bayonetta out. That's another game I've not played, is Bayonetta. There's so many games that I kind of have on a list that I want to eventually go and play, and just, I'll never get through it all, I know I won't. Who are these? DDD and Charizard. They're probably based on bosses or something, but I wouldn't know. I saw a lot of people when Simon got announced were actually a lot more excited for Victor than Simon. I thought I was more excited for Simon, but just because I knew who he was. I think Victor is the one from Symphony of the Night, I believe, and that's the one that like people keep on talking about as like the best one. So I think that's why, like, the Castlevania fans really like Victor, I guess. But yeah, it was. I didn't expect, because obviously Simon Belmont's a character that after the Ridley announcement I kind of expected, because there was that leak a while back saying that Simon and Ridley were both getting in. Said a bunch of other stuff too, but oh, I've died again. Oh dear. But after Ridley did get in, which I thought it was just fake, and then Ridley got in, and I said, oh well, you know, actually this guy might be right, and he was, because pretty much everything he said happened. There were a few things that didn't happen, but it's possible that if he actually does have inside information, which at this point he almost definitely does, then it still will happen in the DLC. That was a good time to get that item. So I won't go into what he said because it might spoil some DLC. But I am quite hopeful for this DLC, and I hope we find out the remaining 4 characters soon. Bowser, Ganondorf, and Mewtwo. Wow. I do have some quite high hopes for the DLC. I'm really hoping to see Banjo and Kazooie. I still do love Banjo and Kazooie, the game, so it would be really great to see them actually get into this. And I've heard that they were supposed to be in like the second game. When did I become huge? When did this happen? I mean, it's great. Oh, I'm not huge anymore. I heard they were supposed to be in like Melee or maybe the first one, but then the whole Microsoft buyout of Rare kind of complicated things. But like, just if they could get so many of these crazy third parties in, surely they can get Banjo. Like, am I dead again? Wow, I told you in the last episode that I am not very good as either of the Belmonts, and this is just proving that. At least I'm living up to my claim. I didn't even hit him. There we go, there's one of them at least. Go on, Bowser. Oh, that's not the move I tried to do. Oh my! Did you all see me? Did you all see me smash down into that pit like a meteor? I did. I'm down to 3.9. This is just embarrassing. I mean, my favourite thing about Simon Belmont is his walk. They kept his crazy Castlevania power walk, which was just the best part of those games for me. Do you ever try to walk like that? Like, if you try and walk like that in real life, it feels like the most unnatural thing. I'm not saying that I, like, regularly walk around like Simon Belmont. I'm just saying I've tried it and it feels weird. Don't hit me. I'm also, most of the characters that I'm bad at playing as, I'm also really bad at playing against. And that goes for these two, so this fight. I mean, let's hope it goes well, because I'm down at intensity like -5 or something. So I don't want to do any worse than I already have. Come on, am I going to die again? I'm going to die again. Yep, that sounds about right. I'm going to run out of gold. This is absolutely terrible. I don't think there's really any difference between the movesets of Victor and Simon. I think they're holy waters, since they like make fire. It's a different colour of fire. Like I got red fire, he's got blue, and I think they actually have different like attack properties, like elemental based properties, but I don't know. I don't know what effect that would even have on the game, to be honest. Come on. Get him, he's only on 54%. I'm almost matching that. Oh, this is not a good time at all. Yeah, as much as I am absolutely terrible as both of these characters. Oh, nice. Thank God he fell right into that. As much as I'm absolutely terrible as both of these characters, I love that they're in the game. I'd love to see... I would actually like... They put in Alucard as an assist trophy, but he would be an amazing character to actually play as. Because just his moveset as the assist trophy looks so fun to actually use in a fight. It's a shame that he has to be an assist trophy. There's a lot of assist trophies that I would have loved as playable characters instead, but how many characters does this have at the moment? Like 74, I think? like, you really can't complain that some of them had to be assist trophies instead of playable. If they added all of them as playable, it would just be way too much. But specifically Skull Kid. Skull Kid was one of my most wanted. I'm not going to get into that. Oh well. He was one of my most wanted for, like, since I started playing Smash Bros. And see, he can get up here so easily because of that whip. It's great. But then they added him as an assist trophy in Smash 4, which I was kind of, you know, I didn't want that, but I thought this time maybe they'd just take out his assist trophy, put him in. And we didn't see his assist trophy until like the final direct, or not even then, they just put it up on the website afterwards. So I kind of thought he was going to get in. Also, boss fight against Dracula, which, he's a really cool boss fight. I'm glad they put him in as a boss. He's so cool. He would be a cool character, but like, he makes more sense as a boss if you ask me. And I think you gotta kind of like attack his head. Like whenever I attack down here it doesn't work. Yeah, I've not played against, like, I've not fought the Dracula boss fight many times, so like I've got kind of my strategies for fighting against Master Hand and stuff, but Dracula I just kind of wing it. But, you know, he's not the hardest one. Yeah, the hardest one will be falling Ganon. You have to hit Ganon like from behind, like in the boss fight with Ocarina of Time, where only his tail was like attackable. But they kept that, and we got Dracula. But as you can see, Dracula has a second form, big old Beastman Dracula. Yeah, I don't know which game he does this in. It might just be all of them, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Ganondorf had a Ganon form since the very first Zelda. But yeah, Ganon's like tail. It's like, I like that it's true to his game, but at the same time, it makes his boss fight crazy hard because you have to like jump over him to get behind him, and then you get like 2 hits on him, and suddenly he turns around and then you can't attack him anymore. I am so close to beating him without dying, but I have such a high percentage now. Come on, yes! Okay. And with that, that is the end of my terrible playthrough of Simon Belmont's Classic Mode run. That went so badly. I think that went even worse than my first attempt did. Yeah, definitely. 4.3. Don't say nice work, it's not nice work, it's terrible. Okay, so thank you for joining me again. If you liked, then leave a like and subscribe for more. We're going to be playing through... Who was the next character they added? King K. Rool. That's up next. The King K. Rool playthrough. Also, I just got to say, I absolutely love this music. The Smash Bros. Version of Bloody Tears is amazing. So join us for that. I hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.